quiet inland setting shaped by warm light and open air, a house emerges, one that does not demand attention, but instead invites stillness. Designed not as an object, but as a condition, this home reveals itself slowly, like a memory revisited. It is a place where architecture becomes less about form and more about feeling, about how we inhabit space, how we move through silence, and how the land remembers us. The house sits within a landscape of low-lying fields and dusty winds, a terrain that is neither dramatic nor demanding. Instead, it offers openness and patience. The architecture accepts the natural slope and texture of the site, anchoring itself without force. Nothing is carved out or displaced, rather, the house finds balance in yielding, becoming part of a larger rhythm shared by the soil, the vegetation, and the distant hills. What makes this house distinct is its relationship with the land's memory. This is a place where the architect once played, wandered, and listened. The home becomes a response to that deep, intuitive familiarity, an echo of childhood shaped into walls and spaces. It is designed not to rewrite the land's story but to continue it, through gestures that honor what came before. The layout is deliberate and modest. Two long, single-story volumes form the spine of the house, running in parallel to enclose a central courtyard. There are no dramatic overhangs or fragmented plans, only clarity and alignment. This compositional simplicity allows light, shadow, and air to take on a greater architectural role, enhancing the purity of space and the atmosphere within. The center of the home lies a courtyard, not as an ornament or afterthought, but as the living heart. It is where daily routines unfold and seasons are felt. The courtyard brings together warmth and reflection, functioning as both a private outdoor living room and a contemplative garden. It gathers sky, sun, and silence in a way that no interior ever could. The orientation of the house prioritizes inward focus and protection. High enclosing walls to the north and east create a sense of refuge, softening the exposure to passing streets and wind. This perimeter becomes a shield, allowing life to be lived freely within. Windows are precisely placed, not for display, but for framing, revealing only what matters. Inside, movement is seamless. The plan eliminates unnecessary hallways or dead corners, favoring a direct connection between rooms and between interior and exterior. Spaces are defined by use and feeling, not by walls. The transition from the kitchen to the dining area, from the living room to the courtyard, is guided by light, material texture, and an intuitive sense of flow. The materials speak softly. Rough plaster, exposed concrete, pale timber, and untreated metal surfaces form a restrained palette. There is no gloss or distraction. Instead, these honest textures absorb light and time, growing richer with each season. The building ages with grace, becoming less a statement and more a presence within the natural world. Natural light becomes the most important building material. It enters through narrow skylights, tall slits in walls, and deep window recesses. Morning light warms the eastern side, while the western facade glows in the evening. Shadows move across floors like water. These choreographed moments offer a daily performance, quiet, slow, and endlessly varied. orientation follows a clear bioclimatic logic. Living areas face south for warmth in winter and shading in summer. Northern spaces house storage and auxiliary functions, acting as thermal buffers. Roof overhangs and strategically planted trees regulate sunlight, while thick walls provide insulation. Sustainability here is silent, built into the bones, not worn as a badge. Over time, the landscape will reclaim parts of the house. Native shrubs and climbing plants soften the edges of concrete and stone. A mix of edible herbs, grasses, and seasonal flowers are woven into the courtyard and outer threshold. This isn't a manicured garden, it's a living layer, slowly merging with the architecture, blurring boundaries and embedding the home further into place. This house is not meant to impress with its shape or shout with its form. It speaks through silence, letting absence define presence. It is in the spaces between rooms, the pause at a window, the rustle of wind in the courtyard trees. These are the true experiences of architecture. Here, silence becomes a form of communication, connecting inhabitant to space and to self. Everything here serves a purpose. There are no decorative elements added for effect, no corners filled to prove luxury. The value of a home lies not in quantity, but in quality, of proportion, of light, of material, of breath. In this sense, the architecture becomes generous through its restraint, offering more by giving less. This dwelling doesn't conquer its environment, it belongs to it. It rises not as a monument, but as a continuation of earth and memory. The boundary between architecture and landscape dissolves until the house feels inevitable, as if it could not have been otherwise. This is not a place built for show, but for living deeply, attentively, and honestly. In the end, this house offers a new way to understand home, not as an object to admire, but as a space to experience. Rooted in place, shaped by memory, and softened by nature, it reveals that the most meaningful architecture does not speak loudly. It listens. It remembers. And in doing so, it allows us to feel more present, more connected, and more alive within the spaces we call home.